lot of homeowners say, hey, is there a specific time of year that we should replace siding? Whenever you feel most comfortable is the answer, okay? So we install siding year round. We probably lose around 4 weeks throughout the whole year due to weather. So like rain's pretty obvious, but we basically install siding until it's about 25 degrees and then we stop. So, normally we'll lose 2 or 3 weeks in winter. We obviously lose some days for rain. Normally it's a day here or there versus rain all week. So there's no bad time. A lot of times it does having conversations with a homeowner around, well, what's most important to you? You have a beautiful, lovely garden and it's in full bloom. And we are very conscientious. This has nothing to do with we're not gonna trample your flowers. But sometimes your bushes and your flowers are against your wall. Or sometimes if you have lead paint in your house, we do let's say demo, we need to put plastic down. The plastic in the summer will definitely, it's like a microwave and it will burn your plants. And so that's when we say, hey, it might make sense to wait until October. A lot of people have very nice pools and they're like, hey, I don't want to necessarily shut down my pool for a week. And so there's no right or wrong time to install siding. We do siding year round. It's more about what makes sense most for the homeowner based on your individual house, your lifestyle, what's going on. I will tell you that when we do demo for siding, it's very loud the first 2 days. We did my house, like my wife took my 2 very young kids. The first 2 days, they didn't really sleep at our nap at our house, it was too loud. After that, they napped the entire time. But again, so like when do you have childcare? When are kids in school? What makes the most sense? Do you want your kids at home all summer and maybe not playing in the backyard as much? And so it's more about you thinking about what makes most sense for your family. I will tell you generally though, speaking, James Hardie Fiber Cement and almost every other siding and accessory company normally take 2 price increases. So they normally go up around October and they all go up January 1st. So one thing to think about is, do you want to make a decision in August or September or even November to save you money versus wait on February 1st and it costs you 10% more? So that might be something to consider as well. When the homeowner is meeting with us about siding, one of the last things they talk about is how far out are you? How long do you think this job will take? That kind of stuff. The number one thing that depends how long the job will take and when we can start is normally weather. And a prime example is if we're doing siding in July or August, we can normally work 7:30 to 7:30. They're 12-hour days. A lot of times we finish in 5 to 7 days. However, if we're installing a job in December or February, it's more 8:30 to 5. And so when you lose 3 hours a day, it normally adds 3 or 4 days to your job. And so when you think about weather, time of year is probably actually the biggest thing to determine how long your job will take, because sometimes we can get an extra 2 or 3 days just being able to work longer hours because it's sunlight. But we obviously we're not going to work if it's raining. We're not going to work if it's dangerous conditions, if it's 10 degrees outside. And so we basically work anything above 20, 25 degrees, we're out there working. We do not work in the rain because we don't want the materials to get ruined or soaked or inside your house get wet. And so it's probably true to most things. Like if there's a road crew outside working or a construction of a building, if those guys are working, we're probably working.